mateys! I'm Captain Scallywag from Zarephath Christian Church, and today we're going to meet my friend Pirate Petey and his first mate, Polly Parrot. We're going to go on a great adventure to discover treasure in the Bible, which is God's Word. We'll sail the high seas and learn about Abraham's family. And we'll learn that God's Word is God's story. So let's all say hello to my friends, Pirate Petey and Polly Parrot.
Ahoy, mateys! Welcome aboard me ship. Me name's Pirate Petey, and I'm the captain of this here pirate ship I like to call the Barnacle Barge. And this is me first mate, Polly Parrot.
Welcome aboard! Welcome aboard!
Polly and I are about to set sail and hunt for treasure. We sure could use some help. Would you, mateys, like to be a part of me pirate crew and search for treasure with us?
Yes!
Search for treasure! Search for treasure!
Yay! As a part of me pirate crew, you'll be helping me and Polly around the ship. Before we can get going, there's a few things that you need to do. First, we need to hoist the sail. Come on, crew, you do it too. Shiver me timbers, we did it. Next, we need to steer the ship. Come on, crew, you do it too. Yo ho ho, look at you go. Now, it's time to swab the deck. Come on, crew, you do it too. Good job, mateys. Now, the last thing we must do before setting sail on our great treasure hunt is dance a pirate jig. Come on, crew, you do it too.
Come on, crew! Come on, crew!
Yo, ho, away we go. The wave's gonna toss us to and fro. Yo, ho, away we go. And a yo, ho, ho.
Let's raise the sails, go out to sea, and find the treasure buried deep. We know it doesn't need a key. It lives inside of you and me. Good news, better than gold, better than anything you've been told. Yo ho, God gave his son, this good news is for everyone.
Yo, ho, away we go. We'll tell everybody that we know. Yo, ho, away we go. And a yo, ho, ho.
Let's raise the sails, go out to sea, and find the treasure buried deep. We know it doesn't need a key. It lives inside of you and me. Good news, better than gold, better than anything you've been told. Yo ho, God gave his son, this good news is for everyone. Good news, better than gold, better than anything you've been told. Yo ho, God gave his son, this good news is for everyone.
Yo, ho, away we go. We'll tell everybody that we know. Yo, ho, away we go. And a yo, ho, ho.
Yo ho, look at you go. You can take your seats aboard me ship. Now we best get out our treasure map so we can find the treasure. Quick, unroll your map with me. There's an X on our map because X marks a spot where the treasure should be. If you see the X, point it out, me hearties. Yes, that's right. But to get over to it, we must sing a special pirate song.
It goes like this. Your word to me is like pure gold. I treasure what you say. Psalm 119, 140.
Well, blow me down, Polly. Let's all sing it together, mateys.
Your word to me is like pure gold. I treasure what you say.
Yo-ho! Way to go! We made it! Oh, look! I see the X where our treasure will be. It looks like we have to play a game to get to it. Stand up and get ready to play. To get to our treasure, we need to follow the pattern. Well, tiptoe, tiptoe, jump. Then tiptoe, tiptoe, jump until we've made it to the X. You do it. Tiptoe, tiptoe, jump. Tiptoe, tiptoe, jump. Tiptoe, tiptoe, jump. Tiptoe, tiptoe. Now stop. What comes next, me hearties?
Jump!
Yay! We made it to the X. And X marks the spot, me hearties. We need to dig to find our treasure. Now get your shovel ready and dig with me. Let's dig some more. Don't give up. Keep going, we've almost got it. We did it, me hearties. We found the buried treasure. Isn't it beautiful? It's the Bible and it's better than gold.
Better than gold! Better than gold!
The Bible has many treasures. If you're ready to hear a treasure from the Bible, let me see you click on your listening ears.
Click, click.
And you can't forget your special eyes.
Zoop, zoop.
Now you're ready.
Do you like hearing stories about things that happened long ago? Maybe you like to hear stories from when your mom and dad were little. And have your grandparents ever told you about something that happened long before you were born? Family stories can be so fun to hear, and the Bible is God's story of His family. God wanted everyone to know how much He loved them, and He had a wonderful plan for how He was going to do it. God chose a group of people to be His special family. This family was called the Israelites. And the great-grandfather of this family was named Abraham. Can you say Abraham?
Abraham.
Abraham's family grew and grew until he had more family members than all the stars in the sky. God promised Abraham that all people on earth would be blessed through his family. And they were. Jesus was born from Abraham's family. When Jesus died on the cross and came back to life, He made a way for everyone to be part of God's family, including you and me. When we read God's Word, the Bible, we discover that it's God's story of how much He loves us and wants us to live with Him forever as part of His special family.
Would you look at that? We got 3 gold doubloons for learning God's Word is God's story. Grab your treasure and put it in your pocket.
God's word is God's story! God's word is God's story! Repeat after me in your best parrot voice. God's word
God's word
is God's story!
is God's story.
Yo-ho, look at you go. We can read God's Word and know that it's God's story. Now let's celebrate all we've learned on our treasure hunt by singing a song. This song's called the Pirate Party. And what better way to celebrate than with a party? Stand up and sing, mateys.
Yay, hey, hey, jump aboard me hearties. We're pirates on our way, so join our pirate party. You're the pirate crew, and you're here to save the day. So here's what pirates do, just follow what I say. Hoist the sail!
Hoist the sail!
Heave ho! Heave ho! Steer the ship!
Steer the ship!
Swab the deck!
Swab the deck!
Now let me see you dance the jig!
Dance the jig!
Yay, hey, hey, jump aboard me hearties. We're pirates on our way, so join our pirate party. You're the pirate crew, and you're here to save the day. So here's what pirates do, just follow what I say. Hoist the sail!
Hoist the sail!
Heave ho! Heave ho! Steer the ship!
Steer the ship!
the deck.
Now let me see you dance the jig.
Show 'em your pirate moves.
Yay, hey, hey, you saved the day, me hearties. Yay, hey, hey, and we're glad you joined our party.
Well, shiver me timbers, you're already a yo-ho pirate pro. And the one thing a pirate must do is count up his gold doubloons.
Gold doubloons, gold doubloons.
Our mateys, count them with me.
One,
two, three gold doubloons. And look, these coins be having a question about God's word. Let's take a look at the first one. It says, what part of God's story did we hear today? Mateys, did we hear a tall tale about a blue whale?
No.
No. But did we hear the true story about God's family?
Yes.
Well, blow me down. You're right. We heard the true story of how God chose a man named Abraham to be the great-grandfather of a special group of people called the Israelites. The Bible is God's story of how those people were a part of his family, and so are we. Let's look at our next gold doubloon. This one says, what did you learn today?
God's story, God's story.
Yo-ho! Way to go, Polly! You're right. We learned that God's word is God's story. This time, we'll let our pirate crew join in. Lead the way, Polly.
God's word is God's story. God's word is God's story. Repeat after me in your best parrot voice. God's word.
God's word
Is God's story.
is God's story.
Arr! Now that's the truth. Every time I read God's word, I know that it's God's story. Let's look at our last gold doubloon. It says, now that you know that the Bible is God's story, what should you do? Mateys, should we throw God's word away or should we read it every day?
Read it every day.
Aye, aye, mateys. You and I can read our Bible every day. Now it's time to set sail to go back to the mainland. If you're ready to go, let's sing our special sailing song. Take it away, Polly.
It goes like this. Your word to me is like pure gold. I treasure what you say.
Well, blow me down, Polly. Let's all sing it together, mateys.
Your word to me is like pure gold. I treasure what you say.
Yay, hey, hey, what a day. We've made it back to the port, me hearties. Let's say what we learned today one more time for all of our land lubbers to hear.
God's word is God's story. God's word is God's story. Repeat after me in your best parrot voice. God's word.
God's word
Is God's story.
is God's story.
Yo-ho, look at you go. Thanks for being part of me crew here on the Barnacle Barge. I sure do hope you'll be joining me for another treasure hunt real soon. Ahoy!